Hey, welcome to the CPCU 520 video series. I'm Jake. This video series is presented by AssociatePI. We are an independent organization, not affiliated with the CPCU or the institutes. My name is Jake. I passed my CPCU 520 exam, and I'm here to help you pass yours. And today we are just going over a quick review and pass rate of the 520. And again, this is the first video of our 4-part CPCU 520 video series. You can see all videos at AssociatePI.com/videos. All right, so let's get into it. So the current pass rate as of this past testing window for the CPCU 520 exam was 73%. So meaning out of everybody that took the exam, only 73% passed, which is actually pretty low for the CPCU 520. Historically, it's usually up around 78% or 80%. So it looks like this was just a pretty bad testing window for students taking the 520 exam. But typically, this is actually one of the easiest exams in terms of pass rate. It's usually one of the most passed exams. So that's the good news. The bad news is recently people have not been passing this exam. 73% is pretty low. Typically, the lowest pass rate for a CPCU exam is around 70%. So 73% is pretty low. And what is the CPCU 520? So it's the second exam out of the 8 exams to earn your CPCU designation. This is a mandatory exam. I recommend taking this one second in order after the CPCU 500. This exam is primarily based on insurance and insurance concepts. The industry recommends that you study about 5 to 7 weeks for this exam, but I think that's way too long. I passed my exam in 2 weeks. I think you can do it in about 2 to 3 weeks and no trouble. This exam is 75 questions, all multiple choice, and it's all on topics such as insurance, regulations, departments of an insurance company. So really every insurance topic. So if you work in the insurance industry, you'll have no trouble with this exam. And here's the 10 chapters, some of them that I was just talking about. So it's insurer operations, regulations, marketing, underwriting, risk control and auditing, claims, actuarial, reinsurance, information technology, and strategic management. So you can see it focuses about an insurance company, all the different departments, all the regulations, and the operations. So really just an exam about the insurance industry. The primary focus, as I've kind of touched on already, is going to be functions of the insurance company and the various insurance departments. So for insurance functions, that's just things such as operations of the insurer, such as purchasing reinsurance, pricing, and premium auditing. In terms of departments, there's going to be a couple different chapters and sections of this exam on various departments, including marketing, claims, risk control, underwriting, so all the departments that you are familiar with within an insurance company. And as I mentioned, if you work in the insurance industry, if you got a couple years experience, you're going to recognize all these concepts. There's not going to be anything new. You know all the departments already. You know the functions of the insurance company if you've worked at an insurance company. If you're new to the insurance industry, this will be a good learning experience. This is all great to know. You have to know this if you work in the industry. But if you've already worked in the industry for a couple years, it'll be no problem picking up these concepts. The most important topics on this exam, we determined the 2 most important topics that, in our opinion, is reinsurance and marketing. So reinsurance is a pretty big chapter and a kind of tricky one because, especially if you don't work for a reinsurance company, it's kind of a new concept, or relatively new if you don't deal with reinsurance that much. But you have to know the reinsurance process, you have to know how to calculate the reinsurance claim payment, so how much the reinsurance company would pay the primary insurance company. And you'll also see some case questions where you will have to compare reinsurance contracts or a reinsurance scenario question, and you'll have to choose the best reinsurance contract for the primary insurance company. So it's a little tricky, and that's an important chapter. Marketing is another important chapter, so you're going to be tested on different things such as distribution systems and distribution channels. So systems and channels including like independent agents, brokers, internet, direct marketing channels, things like that. You're going to be tested on all of that, so you have to know that. You also have to know the characteristics of the insurance company. Characteristics of an insurance customer, and also the difference between what an agent and a broker is. So as I mentioned, this exam is pretty easy, but the hardest part is that it will test you on the minor details. So all these definitions and concepts, there's a lot of minor details, little things that you have to memorize. So make sure you study, make sure you read everything about every concept. And that's it. That wraps up our first video of the CPCU 520 video series. I recommend you go over and download our free practice exam for the 520. You can get that at AssociatePI.com/practice exam. And with that, you get a free practice exam. We'll give you some test questions that are formatted like the actual exam so you can prepare for your exam. You'll get a free study guide, access to Chapter 1 so you can see what this exam is about, and our steps to pass. And if you want to read more about the CPCU 520, you can check out our blogs over at AssociatePI.com/CPCU 520, or check out any of these blogs here about the 520 exam difficulty, questions, format, pretty much everything you need to know about the 520 exam. And that's it for video 1 of the CPCU 520 video series. In our next video, we're going to cover the CPCU 520 difficulty. So I recommend you check that one out. You can check out all videos at AssociatePI.com/videos. And that's it for video 1. We will see you on the next video.